Hello, Satan here. Here to discuss the importance of noise in music. Now, music is conventionally defined as falling under the category of sound and yet being distinct from noise in that noise is unpleasant and unstructured, whereas music is pleasant and structured. Yet, as we shall see, this is simply a conceit of the 19th century trend of rationalism. The 20th century brought an entire onslaught of composers and songwriters who employed what had hitherto been defined as noise in such a way that it became its own art form. We see that in blues primarily with the advent of the blue note, as well as in jazz, with its creative use of dissonance in seventh chords and even chromatic runs in 12-tone compositions. Composers such as Stravinsky and Gershwin even started riots over their music, in the former case because it employed such a gratuity of dissonance, and in the latter because it drew so heavily upon blues and jazz, which had hitherto been simply Negro music. But most notable is not the use of dissonance and discord as opposed to consonance and accord in contemporary music, but rather the use of unpleasant sounds. Take for instance the Pink Floyd song Echoes, which employs very shrill shrieks by seaside birds for several minutes over the course of this 23-minute composition, or the music of Modest Mouse, which incorporates so many odd and peculiar wails and voices that one begins to wonder, what is that sound in the background? And the answer is always, it's Modest Mouse. Then there are the genres of emo-core and goth, wherein the very power of the song is in its ability to convey not pleasure but pain. Here the same elements of composition are used as in folk music or even orchestral music. Everything may be totally consonant save for the vocals, which are often shouted as well as sung, yet the technique is no different from any other style. So why is the effect so noisy? It is because to the very degree that the music is well executed, the emotion is conveyed, but the emotion is an unpleasant one. It is a form of healing for the musicians and commiseration for their fans. So I think that we can safely say that music is not simply a subfacet of sound, but that in effect, everything and anything is music. That does not mean that all music is good music, but it does mean that simply because something does not make you feel good, that does not mean that it is bad. Quite often the bad feeling is itself a mark of high art. Satan here.